Hey yo, back at it guys, making another video outside here guys. Look at this shit, look at this environment guys. Damn, look at that environment man. In December man, standing on this stuff man, look at that environment man. Looks pretty fucking sick man. Anyway guys, I'm back at it man. Making videos again guys. Just turn around. You see all that, the cars going in the back. Maybe that might be more interesting. Anyway, the topic of this video, guys, is going to be about the New World Order. And that's something that I've been like, kind of thinking about when I was a lot younger as well, because I used to watch conspiracy theory, Illuminati videos, stuff like that. And you always hear a little bit about the New World Order, the Illuminati and the Freemasons and etc. But you know, if you know anything about conspiracies, one of the first things that you would hear about is the New World Order. That's something that's so typical. It's like talked about so much in like a lot of like discourse relating to like conspiracy theories about like the New World Order or something like that. That's something that's always gets mentioned quite a lot, and something that I actually was like doing some research in as well when I was like a lot younger. I actually used to watch people like you know, like Alex Jones, David Icke, people like them. They would talk about something called the New World Order. It wasn't just them, there was also these other types of conspiracy theorists that I used to watch man. And basically the New World Order, it's all about the fact that like there's going to be like a new system of government or something like that. There's going to be a new like method of control or something similar. There's going to be a new way. There's going to be basically like a new type of government, a new ruling order. You get a new world order, a new epoch, a new like type of like era for humanity. Something new is going to come about, and it's so fascinating. Actually, 100% guys, it's so fascinating once you look into like a lot of the conspiracy theories related to like the New World Order, because that's what the topic of this video is about guys. It's gonna be about the New World Order. The New World Order, such a fascinating topic man. It's so fascinating. The New World Order is so like dubious as well. What does that actually mean? The New World Order is such a weird like it's so like weirdly dubious. I do remember when I was like a lot younger, I actually used to watch like a lot of different sorts of like conspiracy theory videos. When I was like a lot younger, I used to watch it man. I used to watch so many different sorts of like conspiracy theory videos, and you would hear about the New World Order. Something that you would typically, most likely, definitely would hear about. Something called the New World Order. It was like something that was like so like stressed and mentioned. It was mentioned a lot. Actually, I used to remember watching like a lot of different like conspiracy theory videos, and I used to hear a lot about the New World Order. There's going to be a new system of governments or whatever, a new era, a new epoch, a new ruling order, a new ruling party that's going to dominate our planet. That's something that you would that's something that I used to hear about quite a lot when I was like a lot younger guys. Certainly by people like Alex Jones, David Icke. They used to talk about it. Maybe not David Icke. I don't think he, I mean maybe perhaps he did, I don't know. He's more about like reptilians. But the New World Order, if you know anything about conspiracies, you should know something about the New World Order. And it was so bizarre to me. I remember when I was like a little younger, I used to watch like certain cartoons. There was like certain cartoons like there's like certain cartoons man. There's like certain cartoons like it was like something called yeah, Billy and Mandy. Do you remember that? Billy and Mandy, what was that? You Grim Reaper guy, I forgot the exact term. Him, Spider-Man cartoons, and there was like other cartoons that I used to watch when I was like a lot younger. Even SpongeBob. There was like briefly like you would hear about like something called like the New World Order. It would get mentioned very like briefly in like a lot of these different sorts of like kid shows when I was like a lot younger. I used to hear about it when I was like a lot younger man, about the Illuminati and all that type of stuff, and the Freemasons. The Illuminati, the Freemasons and all that. I used to hear about it when I was a lot younger, and and also when I was like watching cartoons, I would hear like all these like buzzwords as well, like New World Order. I used to watch certain cartoons, and there used to be like when I was a lot younger, I used to watch like conspiracy theory videos guys, and in these conspiracy theory videos they would show you, they'd kind of like show you like exactly like where it like show where like there was like, I remember when I was a lot younger, there was like these little sort of like conspiracy theory videos. It was all about like symbolism and etc. And these videos and these like conspiracy people, theorists on YouTube, they would show you like all like the symbolism and all these like kids cartoons, like the Illuminati symbols, and also they would show you like the different weird messages and like cryptic language as well. And they would also show you the fact that a lot of these a lot of these like kids shows, cartoons, whatever you want to call it, they were also talking about like the New World Order. That was something that used to get mentioned. It was like so bizarrely like referenced in like so many kids cartoons. Randomly, like one of the characters in like these various kids cartoons, they would talk about like, they would say the New World Order or the Illuminati. And there was also like Freemasonic symbolism. There was all that weird stuff that was like found in these kids cartoons. And if you think about it, why would that be the case? Why would it be found in like these little kids cartoons? Because that's what really frightened me when I was like a lot younger, guys. Because when I was like a lot younger, like I'll be watching these like conspiracy theory, Illuminati videos, blah blah blah, and actually these videos on YouTube back then, they would show you like all the weird symbolism in like the kids cartoons, all the cryptic messages, the language, the symbolic messages, the meanings and the symbols and whatever you want to call it. The people back then on YouTube, they would actually show you all of it in a very precise detail, and that was like something that I used to like watch a lot, and it really did spark my imagination. And it's so fascinating, man, once you think about it. It's very fascinating, man. The Illuminati, the Freemasons, their messages are found everywhere, especially in cartoons. And one of the messages I remember hearing a lot about is the New World Order. The New World Order. New World Order. What's that about? The New World Order. A new epoch, a new era, a new chapter in humanity. That's something that I used to hear about quite a lot when I was younger. Something that I used to hear so much about when I was a lot younger is about the New World Order, a new epoch, a new chapter in humanity. That's something I used to hear so much about when I was a lot younger. I used to watch like a lot of different sorts of conspiracy theory videos, and they would show these conspiracy theory videos back then. They would show you on YouTube, they would show you like in the cartoons, they would talk about the New World Order. The New World Order was like something that was like so like, it was mentioned so frequently in like all these different sorts of like kids cartoons, movies, shows, whatever you want to call it. That always had me bewildered. That always had me bewildered when I was like a lot younger. The Illuminati, Freemasonic stuff, all of that, it was so widely the references, like the symbolic messages, everything like that, it was so like wildly, it was so heavily emphasized. It's so bizarre. Certainly when I was like a lot younger, I used to watch those like cartoons, like I forgot, there was like Kid Next Door. There was like, all these different sorts of cartoons that I used to watch when I was a lot younger. And when I was younger, I used to see like all these weird symbolic messages, man. It was so bizarre. It was so bizarre, man. I couldn't really explain it when I was younger, man. All the weird like symbolic messages that used to come about when I used to watch these cartoons. And certainly I used to hear, but anyway, I'm kind of going off a big fat side tangent. The topic of this video, guys, is going to be about the New World Order. And that is something that I used to hear quite a lot about, because when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of different sorts of conspiracy theory videos. I used to watch so many different sorts of conspiracy theory videos, man. And one of the things that you'd hear about if you watched all these different sorts of conspiracy theory videos back in the day on YouTube is the New World Order. The New World Order, what does that actually relate to? What's that actually mean? It's kind of a little bit dubious, bizarre. Basically, I think so, in my opinion, I think that it really relates to the fact that there's going to be like a new chapter in our history, in humanity. There's going to be like a new epoch, a new era that's going to emerge, and we're all going to turn into slaves, and there's going to be like a new world order, a new emerging government, a new political system that's going to take over everything, and we're going to turn to slaves. And I feel like it's where technology is going to get meshed into it as well. I feel like technology, where like everything's going to be in our future, is going to be so much wilder than you would like to imagine. But the political system and the government, that's going to be so much more interesting to think about, especially in the future. That's going to be so like interesting, man. In the future, the new like political system and government system, how they're going to control everything in the future, that's going to be so interesting. But I feel like, you know, like the New World Order, what does that actually translate to? What does that actually mean? The New World Order, get it? New World Order, it's just kind of in the name. There's going to be a new epoch, a new chapter in our history. Things are going to be done very differently, man. It's going to be like a new epoch, a new chapter in our history, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be like so whimsical and wild. I remember when I was like a lot younger, I used to watch those conspiracy theory videos back in the day on YouTube, And basically in those like videos, the New World Order, it was always like mentioned, it was kind of alluded to the fact that it's pretty much the New World Order is going to be about like a new system of government coming out, a new political system or something like that, a new like chapter in our history and etc. There's going to be like a new, basically a new epoch, a new like, get it, new world order, a new government system, man, a political system. It's going to be like a lot different in the future. Everything's going to be like so much wilder and different. And that's something that I was like kind of like hearing about when I was a lot younger, when I used to go on those conspiracy theory videos on YouTube back in the day, guys, back in the day. And I still go on it. I feel like the New World Order isn't really get talked about a lot now. I think very much now it's all about like, the Freemasons. Yeah, the Freemasons and the Illuminati, and I think the Flat Earth. There's not really much material now on like, I don't think many people now cover the New World Order. But I remember back in the day, guys, that used to be such a widely talked about like conspiracy theory. It was like so like infamous. I remember so many like different sorts of conspiracy theory videos that I used to watch, guys, when I was like a lot younger, guys. I used to watch those conspiracy theory videos on YouTube, and it would talk about the New World Order. And I didn't really understand anything back then, man, when I was a lot younger, but now I do. It was like so much more wilder and whimsical. When I was looking at YouTube, man, YouTube used to be like so much better a couple of years ago. Now it's like all shitty. Now on YouTube you can't even find like videos about the Illuminati, the Freemasons, these conspiracy theory videos. You can't find that shit on YouTube anymore, man. It's because they take it all off. They take it all off YouTube, you know what I mean? They take it all off of YouTube. They took all of it off YouTube. They take it all off the internet, man. It sucks ass. It used to be so much better a couple years ago on YouTube. Now they just took it all off, man. It sucks ass, man, that they just pulled all of it off of YouTube. All the good like YouTube videos about these conspiracy theories about the Illuminati, the Freemasons. There used to be like so much good material of it on YouTube. There used to be like so many like interesting like documentaries like videos, expose videos that showed you all the Illuminati messages and all that. It used to be like so much better on YouTube back in the day, but now it's kind of turned to shit, man. Now it's just like turned to shit because the people on YouTube, they want to just cover everything up now. I swear, you know, if you make videos about the Illuminati, the Freemasons, whatever, these conspiracy theories and etc., your channel gets fucking flagged. I'm not even kidding around. That's what happened to me, man. You know, my TikTok account, I was actually making a bunch of different like videos about like the Illuminati and etc. and the Freemasons, and my TikTok account got suspended. Yo, even on TikTok, even on these other social media platforms, you cannot talk about like the Illuminati and the Freemasons and these conspiracy theories. And it's so weird, like why wouldn't you be able to like talk about conspiracy theories and etc., man? Why would that be so like insulting? It's not like you're being like derogatory towards any certain like group of people, so why would that be like bad to talk about conspiracy theories? Wouldn't that suggest that they're actually true then? Well, actually, you know what, my TikTok thing on my TikTok account got suspended. My TikTok account got suspended. I was talking about the Illuminati, the Freemasons, whatever you want to call it, and my TikTok account got suspended. And I think on YouTube I actually almost got a strike as well. So you gotta be very, very careful, guys, when you talk about like conspiracy theories and the New World Order and whatever you want to call it. You gotta be so careful, guys, because it can actually cause your shit to get taken down, man. You have to be so careful. But anyway, back to the topic of the video. New World Order, a new world order. That is like the topic of this video, guys. Basically a new political system emerging, a new government system emerging. That's what it was all about. That's what these conspiracy theory videos were talking about when I was a lot younger, and I couldn't really understand it, because when you're little, like politics just goes over your head when you're like so little. I was like 10 years old, and I was watching these videos on YouTube, and it was like so bizarre. But all of that stuff, it just goes over your head when you're little, man. These like conspiracy theory videos, Illuminati videos, all of that stuff, it goes over your head when you're little. But now that I'm a lot older, I'm 20 years old now, it's so much more mesmerizing now, that when I'm looking back at all those conspiracy theory Illuminati videos that I used to go on when I was like a lot younger, it's so much more mesmerizing now, because all of it was like, it's so true. All of the stuff that used to get mentioned, talked about in those like conspiracy theory Illuminati expose symbolism videos that I used to watch when I was little, all of that stuff is so like, you could still like go and watch these like Disney cartoons, movies, you can still see the same symbolic messages. You can still see the same like cryptic language that gets used. You can still see like the same like logos and symbols and everything that that used to get these people back on YouTube back in the day, they used to show you, is still there, guys. It's still in the cartoons, it's still in the movies. You can still go and watch these movies. You can still see like all the weird Illuminati, Freemasonic messages and symbols. But the New World Order is also, I remember when I was like so much younger, guys, I used to, do you remember like the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy or something like that? Billy and Mandy, I used to watch that, man, when I was like a lot younger. In that Billy and Mandy cartoon show, whatever, it used to get, one of the things I used to get like I remember like briefly it was like some type of like episode, and basically in this like type of episode of like Billy and Mandy, one of the things that got talked about and mentioned, it was like briefly one of the characters in this cartoon show, they talked about the New World Order. And it's so bizarre, all these like weird cryptic messages, languages, references like get made in these like kid shows. It's like these Illuminati, Freemasonic messages and symbols. It all gets put into the kid shows. It was always, I don't know, which is kind of very perverted if you think about it, putting all that stuff into a kid show. I don't know. I wonder why the Illuminati do that. Maybe it's because they're very, very much perverted. But guys, when I was like a lot younger, I used to watch these like cartoons, and the New World Order, these Illuminati messages, symbols, it used to always get like the cartoon characters would always make references, and it's so weird. Why would like cartoon characters make references to all these like weird things like Illuminati, Freemasonic stuff? Why would cartoon characters make reference to that? It's like so bizarre. But you know, when I was like a lot younger, guys, I used to watch all that stuff, all the like Illuminati conspiracy theory videos, man. I used to watch it, and I couldn't, and what, you know, the New World Order was something I used to get mentioned and talked about a lot, and I just didn't understand it when I was like so much younger. It all would go over my head, because politics, when you're like a little boy, politics goes over your head, man. Politics actually does very much go over your head. It's not something that you can actually properly grasp when you're so young and little. But I'm a lot older now, guys, and now I can actually properly understand all these like weird cryptic messages, cryptic languages that get brought up and mentioned in the kids shows and the cartoons. These Illuminati conspiracy theories, I can actually understand it now that I'm a lot younger. I mean, a lot older, not younger. Because when I was younger, didn't get any of it, man. It always went over my head. Why would the like, if these people that are like controlling everything behind the scenes, why would they like lie about it? Why would they put their cryptic messages, languages in kids shows and cartoon shows and etc.? I think it's like the reason they do all that is because they need to like show their power and control and influence, but they need to do it in a way that isn't so like so obvious. They need to do it in a way that isn't like so freaking obvious, man. So they do it in like a way that's like vague enough so that you wouldn't really catch on. Hence like the messages, the symbols in the kid shows and cartoons. But anyway, that's a big fat side tangent. The topic of this video, guys, is going to be about the New World Order. What does that actually mean? A new emerging political system, government system, man. I think so that originally, I think what the New World Order, I think what that originally referred to was like, you know, like the New World, like the Americas. And I think that the New World Order basically was talking about the fact that, you know, in the in like the Americas, like especially North America, USA, America's going, there's going to be like a new country that's going to rule the world. Because before like the creation of like the USA, it was pretty much Europe was controlling everything, Europe and stuff, and perhaps maybe Asia, China, they were like the kingpins of the world. But there's going to be like a new civilization that's going to govern the world. And I think that was the New World Order. I think what this initially meant was like, it was referring to like the USA, a new civilization that's going to emerge, basically the USA, America, and there's going to be this new civilization that's going to like be controlling and governing everything. And that is like basically the New World Order. I feel like it was referring to like the creation of the USA, but that's kind of because the USA is like a new, and like think about who runs everything now. It's pretty much the USA. Think about it very carefully. What singular like political entity runs everything now? It's pretty much the USA. What other type of like entity? Maybe perhaps China, but even China's not that. China doesn't really have that much power and influence. I think so. I think China's kind of like a, it's kind of like a facade that China has any like power and influence. It's really the USA and Europe, really the EU, Europe and America. They pretty much run everything, man. I don't think there's any other type of like, I don't think any other like what other type of political entity is there that can match like the USA and America and China, maybe, well, not China but Europe, but you know, like New World Order. I think initially what that was referring to was like the creation of the USA. I think so, man. That the USA was getting like built up. It was going to be like a new civilization that's going to run everything. And I think that this whole like conspiracy theory about the new world order, a new political government system coming about, I think it was originally referring to the USA, the creation of the USA, because get it, new world order, a new world. Think about the new world. What is the new world? The Americas, order, new political government system, new civilization. That's the USA, and this new like civilization, the USA, is going to like control everything. And it's so whimsical and bizarre to think about that. The new world order. So perhaps maybe that's what it was actually maybe that's what this actually initially relates to and refers to, man. Maybe it's referring and relating to like, maybe it relates to like the creation of the USA or something like that. I don't know. The whole like that whole conspiracy theory about the new world order always got me like fascinated when I was like a lot younger, man. Think about it, new world order, but some people think that there's going to be like some other newer, it's going to be like a newer world order. It's not going to be just about like America or etc., the creation of the USA or whatever. There's going to be like a newer civilization that's going to come about, a new epoch, a new chapter in our history, a new like civilization emerging. I think that's going to be like very fascinating and interesting. If you look through our history, there's always like civilizations rise and fall. I think back especially I think so that way back, like during like ancient Rome, I think Rome used to be like the big kingpin of the world, right? Rome was like the political entity that controlled everything, that called the shots. It was pretty much Rome. Then the Roman Empire inevitably started to collapse, and then something else took its place. I think so, like maybe the Byzantines and then the Ottomans and etc. There was always like some major political empire that was controlling everything and calling the shots and running the shots and whatever, blah blah blah. And then Europe was divided and blah 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 blah. And then in the Middle Ages, Europe was like, there was a bunch of different European kingdoms, and then blah blah blah, and they fractured apart. And then now it's like passed away from the Middle Ages. Then now it's pretty much, especially after like the creation of the USA, I think America is pretty much like, what other type of political entity can rival America, the USA? What other type of political entity is there that can rival the USA? I don't think so. I think that America calls the shots. I think America is pretty much the new Rome 2.0. A lot of people talk about like, who would be like the modern Roman Empire or something like that. Who would be like the modern Roman Empire? In my humble opinion, guys, I think so that it'll be I think so. Honestly, I do think so. It's like I think America is actually like Rome 2.0. I think like the new Roman Empire would have to be the United States of America. I think that is like the newest version of the ancient Roman Empire. A lot of people debate and talk about like, who's like modern Rome? Is it like Germany, France, the UK? It has to be the USA, guys. The USA is just as like big and powerful as Rome was. The USA has just as much like reach. Like the USA can go anywhere and like kick people about. America has to be Rome 2.0, guys. But I think originally, like, you know, like this new world order conspiracy theory, I think it was actually relating to like the creation, guys, of the United States of America. I think because there's going to be like a new political, guys, I think there's going to be like a new political system emerging, a new government system emerging. I think all of that, guys, I think it was like relating to like the creation of like the USA. It was originally, guys, I think so, it was relating heavily to like the creation of the United States of America. And because before like the creation of the USA, the United States of America, what other type of like country, what other political entity was like so like controlling over our planet's affairs? Perhaps maybe some slight like countries in Europe and etc., or perhaps China. You know, really it was like before like the creation of the USA, there was like the Roman Empire pretty much fell, and there was like nobody to fill that position in place anymore. But I think so that after like the USA was created, I think that is now Rome 2.0, guys. I think that is like the new Roman Empire, man. I think so, that the USA is pretty much Rome 2.0, and I think that is where like this conspiracy theory about the new world order comes from. A new civilization that's going to be like controlling everything, a new political system that's going to be controlling everything. I think originally this was like referring to the USA, but nowadays I think so like some people would still suggest that actually there's going to be a new world order, a brand new one, a new like civilization that's going to emerge, a new political government system that's going to come about. And I guess you could feel it. You can't, if you're very tuned in, you could see how like our world's like is changing drastically, right? Everything's becoming a little bit more technological now, more advanced computers and etc. and stuff like that. I remember when I was like a lot younger, the mark of the beast or something like that. I don't know. There was like this conspiracy theory about like, you know, in the future everyone's gonna get like chips put into our hands and in our body parts, etc. We're all going to get like chipped. And I remember when I was so much younger, guys, there was like some Christians, and they would talk about like the mark of the beast. I was actually so frightened by that. The mark of the beast. We're all gonna get like chipped. We're all gonna get like implants in our bodies, and we're gonna be like marked with this like weird thing, and we're all gonna like become like kind of like satanic cyborgs or something like that. Something very weird. That was actually a very interesting conspiracy theory. I don't want to get into that in this video though. The topic of this video, guys, is going to be about like the new world order, a new political system, government system emerging, a new civilization emerging. You can already feel it, man. Can you guys feel like the fact that our world's like kind of changing in so many different types of ways? Everything's becoming a lot more globalized, cosmopolitan. We're moving away from like tribalism, I guess, and we're becoming more global. And I honestly think that was like one of the goals of the Illuminati, these like enlightenment people. One of their big goals originally was they wanted to like make everything like more connected and globalized. They wanted to create like a one world government. I think that's what the new world order is about, improving like global connection, making everything more globalized. And so that there's basically everything's like under one government. I think that's what the elites are up to, guys. Think about the UN, all these like different sorts of like governmental organizations and infrastructure and like political entities, whatever. The UN, what like, I feel like that is like a lot of these like Illuminati people and whatever, the Freemasons, whatever. One of their goals, I think so, is to create a more globalized world, a big fat like a one world government or something like that. I don't know if I might be wrong about this. I remember when I used to watch Futurama, guys. Do you know about Futurama? That was like so shitty. I stopped watching that ages ago, but you know, if you watch Futurama, guys, you'd hear it was all about, I think so, in that cartoon episode, I remember vaguely there was like an episode about like presidential elections. And it was about like, there was like a one world like government system basically in the Futurama. And I think that is like what it's like. I think that is actually, guys, the big goal for all of these like different like Illuminati people and etc. The top level elite, they all want to create like a new, basically a one world government. They want to make everything more globalized, more connected. They want us to move away from like petty tribalism and stuff like that, and petty like nation states. They want us to like become more connected, globalized, one like government, one roof over everything. That's like kind of, isn't that very fascinating? Or you guys, if you know about Futurama, it's a little bit like that. Because I think so in Futurama, I might be wrong, I haven't watched that in ages, by the way. I don't know, my memory's like very rusty on like Futurama and etc. and stuff like that. But if you ever watched Futurama, you know about like about the fact that there's like, it was all about like one government system basically. I think so, I don't know. Futurama used to be like very interesting. I don't want to get too much into that, but you know, the new world order, a new political system, government system emerging, a new civilization emerging. I really do think that the elite, the Illuminati, the Freemasons, they want everything to become more globalized. They want like everything to be like one roof over everything, you know what I mean? One like government, one political system. That is like their big goal. I think so, guys. Can you feel that is where everything's moving towards? So you think so, guys? Think about the UN, all these like different political like organizations that want us to like become more connected and integrated with each other. All these like different political organizations, government systems, whatever you want to call it. It's all about like making everything more connected, more integrated, one world government, one world system. That's what it's all about, guys. That's what I feel like, that's what the elite are planning on. That's what they're betting on. Think about the EU and Europe as well. Why would they like create that type of organization? The EU is so that they can get all these like different European countries and put them under like one government and control them better. That's what all of this is heading towards, guys. It's all about like one world government or one world political system. Everything's getting like more globalized, guys. It's all about like becoming more like connected towards each other, a globalized world. Can you feel the effects of it, guys? Can you see like that this is where everything's moving towards? This is where everything's going, guys. Some people are so ignorant and stupid about this. They don't see this like obvious like trajectory that we're all heading towards, that the modern world's heading towards, like this new like global epoch where everything's like integrated, connected and brought together. And maybe perhaps some people would say, what's wrong with that? I don't necessarily see a problem with like a globalized world, but having like one government control everything, guys, don't you think that's going to mess everything up? Don't you think that's going to lead to like corruption? I don't know, it's so bizarre. It's so whimsical and bizarre to me, man. the one world, new world order, a new political system, government system emerging. Isn't that so fascinating? That is so bizarre, guys. Isn't that's where it's all heading towards? So you know that, guys? Can't you feel it? That's where, if you watch all these like cartoons and movies, that's what it's all alluding to, guys. That's what it's like making references to. The Illuminati, the Freemasons. That's what their big goal is, man. I swear. That's what it's all about, man. That's what they're trying to get done, man. I swear. They're trying to like make everything more globalized, more interconnected, and everything like that. They're trying to bring the whole like world together under one government system, political system, man. That's so fascinating. Isn't that wild and insane? The oligarchs, that is one of their big goals, guys, to bring everything together under like one political system, government system, guys. The UN, you can feel the effects of it, man. Everything's becoming a lot more integrated, don't you think so? I think that's why so many people are hating on like China and all that type of stuff. The China and stuff like that. That's why so many people hate on China. I think so, because like the Chinese, they want to get away from like the politics of like America and etc. I think that's why they're so demonized. North Korea as well. Think about North Korea, guys. North Korea, isn't that so fascinating? North Korea, think about this, guys. They wanted to like, the North Koreans, they didn't want to like follow the dollar standard, whatever. They didn't want to like obey like the USA, and so they just pretty much, North Korea pretty much is now freaking demonized as hell, isn't it? Because they want to have like their own sort of like government system and etc. But the powers that be, they don't like that, so they demonize North Korea, even though it is kind of like a dictatorship, a tyranny. I'm not going to say it's like, I'm not going to defend North Korea, but you know what I mean. Oh freaking hell, man. It's getting late, gloomy as hell around here, man. Guys, can you see that background footage, guys? But you know, the new world order is so fascinating, guys. A new political system, government system emerging. Used to hear about it so much when I was younger. It's so fascinating, man. Isn't it fascinating, guys, that these people that control everything behind the scenes, they want to control the world. They want to basically rule the world. And they want one government system to do that. And if they have one government system, it's going to be so much easier to control everything. Why do you think, guys, that the UN is a thing? Why do you think that all these is all moving towards this like globalized world, isn't it? I don't think that's bad, though. I think that's actually very beautiful, actually. The world's going to become more like globalized, more integrated. But obviously the powers that be, they're going to have like so much control and influence and power. Honestly, think about North Korea. Why do you think North Korea and like China get so demonized? All these countries that don't want to like, well, think about Gaddafi in Libya as well. If you know anything about Libya, you know, like Gaddafi, he wanted to like create his own like government system. He wanted to move away from the dollar. And what happened to him, guys? He got taken out, man. He got taken out by these people that control everything behind the scenes. They took Gaddafi out, man. Why? Because he wanted to like move away from like the Illuminati political system, man. He wanted to move away from it, so he got taken out. It's not a coincidence, guys. It's not a coincidence that he got taken out by the like these like the Illuminati like people and stuff like that. They took Gaddafi out, and Kim Jong-un, and obviously North Korea. Why do you think they demonize North Korea? It's because they don't want to follow the Illuminati political system. They want to follow their own like destiny, but the powers that be, they don't like that, man. It's so fucking insane that these the Illuminati, Freemasons, whatever you want to call it, they call the shots. They do everything so like carefully and precisely that you don't even notice it. And they're creating like a new civilization, and a new world order is coming, guys. A new like political system, government systems emerging. We're moving towards something brand new, and it's going to be so like whimsical and wild, and you're not going to be ready for it, guys. I don't think anyone's going to be ready for it. What's coming in the future, guys? It's going to be so bizarre. The future is going to be like so like weird, bizarre, wild, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be something that's going to be mind-blowing, mind-shocking. You won't be able to handle it, guys. It's going to be so bewildering, wild. You won't be ready for it, guys. It's going to like shock you so badly. What's going to be like coming in the future, guys. The Illuminati, the Freemasons, what they're planning, what they're creating, what they're ushering in. It's not going to be something that we're all ready for. None of us are going to be ready for what the Illuminati, Freemasons, these these powers that be, what they're actually getting us ready for. It's all going to be like so insane. All we can do, guys, all we can do is like just carefully think about this and like contemplate on it and kind of philosophize a little bit. Because what these people that are controlling everything, what they're planning on doing, is going to be so wild. You're not going to be able to even accept it when it comes out, guys. It's going to be so bizarre. You can feel the effects of like a new political system, a new government system emerging, guys. Something new is going to come, guys. We're all moving towards like a new epoch, a new era, a new chapter of humanity. It's so bizarre. What's coming, guys? I bet, guys, you're not going to be ready for it, guys. What's going to come in the future, guys? None of us are going to be ready for it, man. Whatever they're planning on doing in the future, this new world order, political system, government system, I don't think any of us are going to be ready for it, guys, whatsoever. None of us are going to be ready for what's going to be coming in the future. It's going to be so wild and whimsical, guys. Isn't it going to be whimsical and wild, guys? They're going to be like, there's something brand new is going to be coming in the future, man. I can't wait to see it, man. I swear. It's going to be so wild. It's going to be so wild and whimsical. I don't think any of us are going to be like ready to see it properly, guys. What they're planning on doing in the future. It's going to be so insane, guys. Guys, you're not going to be ready for it, guys. None of us are going to be ready for what they're planning us for in the future. It's so wild, guys, in the future, what they're going to show us. You honestly, guys, you're not going to be ready for it, what they're planning for in the future, man. It's going to be like so wild and insane. It's going to be so whimsical, so wild. The new world order, a new political system, government system emerging. You're not going to be ready for it, guys, what they're going to be showing you in the future. You're not going to be ready for it. Everything's going to change. We're all moving towards like this new trajectory in life, and it's so weird. This brand new trajectory. Honestly, guys, I don't think anyone's going to be ready for like what they're going to plan us for, man. I swear. This new trajectory, this new like movement. Honestly, I don't think any of us are going to be ready for it, man. I don't think any of us are going to be ready for it. I don't think any of us are going to be ready for it, man. Whatsoever. I don't think any of us are going to be ready for it, man. What they're planning on doing. What they're planning for. I don't think any of us are going to be ready, man. At all. It's going to be so wild and insane. We're not going to, whoever's watching this video, you're not going to be ready for it, guys. The new world order, you're not going to be ready for it, man. You're not going to be ready for it. It's going to be so wild and insane and whimsical. You're not going to be ready for it, man. It's going to be so wild, man. The new world order, a new political system, government system, new civilization, man. I swear it brings all that nostalgia back, man. I used to, back in the day on YouTube, I used to watch those like Illuminati videos, man. I see all that symbolic messages and all that. I used to watch it, man. I see it. And I still remember it. You could still go on you could still watch the same cartoons. You could still see the same symbols. They didn't go anywhere. Still see the same messages, guys. It hasn't went anywhere, man. It's so wild, man. Isn't it wild and insane? All these like people that control everything, they're going to create like a new government system, political system. Look at that shit, guys. It's pretty cool, man. They're going to create a new political system, man, a new government system. It's going to be so insane, man. Isn't it wild? It's going to be wild and insane, guys. It's going to be insane, guys. It's going to be so... You're not going to be ready for it, guys. What they're planning for in the future. You're not going to be ready for it, man. What they're planning us for in the future, man. It's going to be so wild and insane. It's not something that you're going to be prepared for. It's going to be like something that's going to be so mind-blowing. We won't be ready for it, man. And the new political system, government system that they're gonna like bring out, it's gonna be so insane, man. Isn't it gonna be insane? Damn, it's gonna be freaking wild, guys. It's gonna be so insane, and you're not gonna be ready for it, guys. The new world order, this new political system, government system that's going to be emerging, it's gonna be so wild. Honestly, I don't think that any of us are gonna be ready for it at all. Guys, can you predict what's gonna happen? If you're watching my videos, if you're watching this video, write in the comments, predict what you think's gonna happen. I think it's just gonna be all going to like shit. I think, and really that's about it, guys. That's 40 minutes. That's about it, guys.